how to target your ads, which, right, I mean, targeting is key, right? I mean, being able to
Yep.
target your ad, put it in front of the right people with the right message, you know, the right copy,
Yeah.
the right offer, and have it all consistent across your landing page, your ad, in front of the right people. But do you recommend people start in Power Editor? Because I find it so much easier than the regular one. And then what's a tip you would give somebody starting out maybe for how to focus their targeting?
Sure. I'll address the Power Editor question first. I do recommend that people start off in Power Editor. Now, with that said, you mentioned at the very beginning my FB Ads for Newbies course.
Yeah.
I recently changed that over to teach the standard ads creator because I wanted to keep it as basic as possible for people who are just starting out. With that said, if you're serious about doing Facebook ads and really testing them out and really thinking that they're going to be a big part of your growth of your business, which it absolutely should be for you, yes, Power Editor is where it's at. And for so many reasons, you have more functionality than you do in the ads creator. You can create ads so much more quickly. You can edit ads so much more quickly. It's just such a better and more robust platform. Now, granted, the learning curve is steeper, I will say that, than the regular ads creator. However, it really doesn't take that long to get used to. So once you get used to it, it's a breeze to use, and you can do things so much more quickly in there. So yes, if you're really serious about Facebook ads and taking your ads to the next level and growing your business, I highly recommend using Power Editor. As far as targeting goes, do you want to talk about like just starting out, or do you want to talk about sort of where do you want to? I can go many different directions with targeting.
Well, let's do this, and you can give me your thoughts. But
Sure.
In my mind, one of the best ways to start is by targeting fan pages of people similar to your niche. Now, is that too advanced? In my mind, that's kind of what I like to go to when I talk to people. Like, okay, look, you can just find a couple pages, target those pages, or do you recommend people kind of target the demographics more of that?
I mean, I actually think that the interest targeting, which is what you're talking about, so
Yeah.
the interest targeting is when you're looking to target, well, basically what it says, people who are interested in certain topics. And you would do that by putting in Facebook, pages. And it's the stereotypical form of Facebook advertising that most people think of. Is like, oh, I can target, the fan page of a competitor in my space or somebody who's similar to me. I mean, so that's very basic. And that's what, that is what I teach in the Newbies course because that is such a basic form of targeting. From a demographic standpoint, I like to think that I like to say that keep it very basic when you're just starting out. And I'm talking about the location. So do I want to target people in the U.S. or Canada, the U.K., that sort of thing? Or if you're a local business, do I want to target people in a certain radius around my business? You can do that. Obviously, an age range of people of your target customer, men or women or both. And then you can get into a whole host of other demographics from there, which I generally, unless it completely makes sense for your target audience, I don't recommend starting there. I recommend the location, the age range, the gender, and then going right into the interest targeting if you're just starting out. And I say just starting out, if you don't have traffic to your website really, if you're not getting a whole lot of traffic, or if you haven't built up an email list yet, I would recommend starting with the interest. And that comes to, John, like I mentioned before, or actually didn't mention before, is that you have to have an understanding of who your potential target customer is, or who your target customer is. We talk so much about understanding your avatar, but that's really more than, it's a woman between 35 and 44 who lives in the United States. It's really, you have to understand your target customer down to, what is the emotion, what is the feeling that your product or service is going to offer your target customer. I mean, you really have to look at and dive deeply into understanding your target customer so that you could use Facebook's vast targeting capabilities to reach that person, which you can absolutely do.